Hello everybody, welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl and I'm here to share our next object lesson, which is hugs of death. And so I was learning about these Japanese bees, and if you've ever seen those Japanese hornets, I remember when I was in Korea, these suckers are huge. I mean, they're ginormous things, and their stings are incredibly painful. And when I was in Korea, I had been hearing how Japanese hornets were starting to become very invasive. And I ended up learning about how bees have found a way of basically protecting their territory, because Japanese hornets can come in and destroy their, place. And if you have a recruiter hornet that comes into the bee's nest and gets in and tries to go towards where the queen is, then what they do is they'll eventually wrap around and give a big hug, I guess I call it that. And they swarm this lone hornet, and they beat their wings so fast that it generates so much heat that it actually cooks the hornet alive. And when I thought about that, the first thing that honestly came to my mind was this Bible verse in Proverbs 25:21-22, where it says, if someone is hungry, feed them. If they want bread, give them bread, right? Or if someone is thirsty, give them something to drink. For in doing this, you will heap coals upon their head. And it's talking about like how there might be people who don't like you, but you always treat them with kindness. And although, hornets were there planning for the bee's demise, but yet they went in and turned it on its head and decided to give the hornet a love by hugging it to death. And so I think about that as kind of a principle, not that we want to, in a sense, hug people to death, but I think that we can hug the ugliness out of people, show kindness. And it reminds me of a lot of these, testimonies that I hear of. There was this guy I was watching. He was actually, I believe, he was of Muslim faith, and he went to Israel, and he was talking about how he hated the Jews, and he'd grown up believing that Jews were like cyclops. They had, one eye in the middle of their forehead. They had 3 legs, and they were just evil people. But then when he went to Israel, they were so kind to him. In fact, there was the principal of this school actually encouraged him to come to school and helped him get an education. And he couldn't understand like the kindness. And in fact, it was due to that kindness that he ended up eventually leaving his faith and he converted. But this just goes to show that, kindness pays dividends. If you are truly kind and you have true altruistic motives towards people, then it's going to, in a sense, heap coals upon another person's head. And I think that's an encouragement to people to just maintain their kindness to each other, and to remember that it isn't about necessarily you alone on this planet. There's like billions of people around us, and we can do something to, encourage the right attitudes to inspire other people to make the world a little bit kinder, even though we know that in the last days it says that, people's hearts will grow cold, or I should say wax cold. But it's like, if we can do anything to try to warm someone's heart, why not, right? Well, with that said, guys, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care.